So, as we discussed in our previous video, there are 3 times 5 planet conjunctions in 36 days almost. So, we were trying to compare it with a kind of 1962 situation. But see, in 1962, you know, there were no 3 times of 5 planet conjunctions. Okay, in 1962, the world witnessed one of the most significant planetary gatherings in recorded history. But there were several smaller shifts. There was one massive, prolonged, a kind of grand conjunction that technically peaked as a kind of 7 planet or 8 planet conjunction. So, unlike this 2026 sequence, which features 3 distinct pulses of 5 planet clusters over 37 days, the 1962 event was a singular, extremely dense. It's a kind of super-cluster, you could say. So it's a kind of 8 planet event, the Astagraha Kutami, we say, right? So on around in the month of February 1962, almost 8 planets were actually concentrated in the sign of Capricorn. So within a narrow 17 degree, I think, within 17 degrees, the time, there were 8 planets in Capricorn. So even though this particular 3 times 5 planet conjunction is not at all similar to that, but the frequency you're seeing in 2026 is actually more active in terms of movement than 1962 was. Is much more active because it's 3 times 5 planet conjunction. In 1962, that was a static peak, you can say. So the planets gathered and stayed in one sign for a few weeks, peaking on some kind of February, in February month, right, 1962, because even Jupiter and Saturn were both in the same sign. Any movement by the faster inner planets like Moon, Mercury, Venus automatically, created a kind of 7 planet, or with including Sun and Moon, it created some 7 planet, 8 planet conjunction that time. It was a singular, massive event. Only in Capricorn it concentrated. So that felt like the world was kind of holding its breath. Now, in 2026, it's a kind of successive hits. What we're observing here is 3 times 5 planet conjunction in 37 days is a kind of unique, because the planets are changing signs and then regrouping. It's not only Capricorn, it's Capricorn and then Aquarius. And before that, in Sagittarius, there was a 4 planet conjunction, and again in Capricorn, 4 planet conjunction, and then in Capricorn, it's 5 planet conjunction, and in Aquarius, there's a 5 planet conjunction, then 4 planet conjunction, then 5 planet conjunction. It's a kind of regrouping, repetitive. It's a very, very unique pattern. I told you in 29th December 2025 itself, it started. So not even the new year starting, it's just 29th December 2025. You can observe my channel. So this particular cluster is moving from Sagittarius to Capricorn, then Capricorn to Aquarius repeatedly. And in Aquarius, the 5 planet conjunction is within a span of 6 days. 2 times 5 planet conjunction within a span of 6 days. It's twice in February 2026. So this reforming of the cluster in a new sign makes 2026 feel like a series of rapid fire shocks, or kind of rapid, fire chapters, I would say. Whereas 1962 was one giant, it's a singular reset, but it's a kind of, it's something like reset is happening multiple times in 2026. So in 1962, of course, there were some significant events. There were cultural shifts. There were something like Cuban Missile Crisis, kind of even there were some events, significant events in 1962, and that was actually even a starting of a new age also you could consider, right? But this 2026 is a kind of, it's a kind of different one. It's a triple pulse effect. But because the reason is 37-day window, 3 5 planet conjunctions is so unique as the fast movement of the moon and Mercury catching up to the slower sun, Venus, Mars, and Rahu twice in a row in Aquarius. So the pulse one is on 18th January in Capricorn. It's a nakshatra affected as Uttarashadha. Uttarashadha energy is highlighted. It's ruled by Sun, of course. And then the focus here is mainly on structuring, restructuring, and also it's not at all good for leaders. Even in Sagittarius, when it happened, the 4 planet conjunction, the way it happened was not so good for leaders, and that's what you're seeing in the news these days. And then 17th February, Aquarius, the Shatabhisha activation ruled by Rahu is by 5 planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Rahu. Then thereafter, Moon is leaving this, and then on 23rd February, you can see Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, and Rahu. So the Moon has left, but Mars has arrived. So this replaces the Moon's emotional energy with Mars's aggressive or active energy in Aquarius. So this is the most volatile of all the 3 5 planet conjunctions. The 23rd February is the most dangerous 5 planet conjunction because Moon is replaced by the disruptive, the aggressive, the action-oriented, the fiery Mars. Whereas it's something like the 17th February 5 planet conjunction is something like only Moon is there, Moon is present, and it's not Mars. So you can expect some scientific discovery, a kind of mass movements, because Aquarius is always about mass group movement. And also, as it is Shatabhisha activation on 17th February, you can expect some kind of healing, some kind of disruption through technology, because Shatabhisha is very famous for alien technology, a kind of new world technology, right? There's also a solar eclipse day, so definitely I would expect some kind of news about advanced technology and also about medical inventions. So these 5 planet clusters aren't exceptionally rare, having 3 distinct regroupings in different nakshatras within 40 days or 37 days. It's a kind of astronomical rarity, right? We can say. So this sequence is more like a series of shocks. In January, the world deals with Capricorn themes. In February, the energy resets twice in Aquarius. So it's all about the governments, the technology, the social reforms, because Aquarius is very, very famous for social reforms. So the triple hit, because these conjunctions happen in Aquarius, which rules the common man and also global networks. You can say 18th January thing is a kind of new laws or border or structural changes by major world powers. On 17th February, you can expect a massive technological or kind of medical revelation alongside the solar eclipse, right? And 23rd February, as we discussed, it's a kind of aggressive execution. It's a really kind of aggressive. It's a bit dangerous to the rulers of those new technologies or a conflict involving digital infrastructure or because Mars and Rahu are involved here. So 23rd February, I am seeing it as a kind of a bit more aggressive because this conjunction involving Rahu and Mars impact, and that too in the sign of Aquarius. So social reforms and then new technologies, it's a great thing. So thanks for watching this video.